Welcome, educators. Now, if you're a teacher working in the Jamaican classroom, whether you're creating lesson materials or interactive presentations, you've probably heard about Canva. We're going to be diving into how you can create an engaging and interactive lesson plan using Canva. Whether you're new to Canva or looking for fresh ways to enhance your teaching, this tutorial will walk you through every step. Canva is, in my honest opinion, one of the most beginner-friendly and intuitive design tools available, especially for educators who want to bring creativity into their lessons without needing graphic design experience. So with further ado, let's get started. This is the Canva homepage, and the first thing we have is the search bar if you'd like to search for anything specific you want to create. And below that, you'll see some icons that with one click you can start creating, like documents, presentations, social media posts, and videos. Now, if you look to the left, we are currently on the home page. So let's check out the project section. This is where you'll see all of your projects and folders that you have created. You can also create folders for file organization, and you can see your designs only if you select the design button. You can also click here to add a new folder, and this is a great way to organize as you start creating different projects. Next, we can click on templates on the left again, and you can scroll down on this templates page to find what you want or search for a specific template in the search bar, like let's say presentations. Click enter, and here you can see all the different presentation templates to get started with a blank presentation. Now, if you see this little crown, this is a pro feature which can only be accessed by paid users. Now, going back to the home page, the main thing that you want to be familiar with is this button that says create a design. This is where you click to start a new project. They have everything from education presets to docs to social media posts to videos. But let's say we want to create a presentation. I can start by typing in presentation, and I'll see these different preset sizes pop up. I'll click the first presentation present because it's the standard size, and this will open it up in editor and start a new blank project. Now for this demo, we're going to be creating the first two slides of a language arts presentation on nouns. If you want to zoom in or out, you can come down to the right corner and use this little slider to go in or out, depending on how close up you want to see what you're working on. Everything that we're going to be working with will be on the left side of the screen. The first thing you'll see is the design section, which provides you with templates, layouts, and styles which give you color combinations. Then you can click on the elements, which has shapes, graphics, sheets, and frames. You can look at some of these categories like shapes. If you want to pick a shape, you can click and see all the different ones, and when you click on one, it automatically adds it to our canvas. Here, you can change some things like the color, sizing, rotating it, and clicking and dragging to move it around. Or we can delete it by clicking the bin icon. If you click the background, you'll see a menu at the top where you can change the color of the background. There are default colors and gradients, but you can also add your own colors by clicking the plus button, and then you can use the sliders to pick whichever color you'd like. We'll use this color for the background and click the X to exit since we're finished. Next, you'll want to add some elements to prettify your presentation. Ensure that when you're searching to be very specific, because searching for, let's say, nouns will give you noun elements. So we're going to type little girl and press enter and scroll to see what we like. This page still feels bare, so we can add more elements like doodles. When you click on one element, Canva gives you recommendations. So we'll click see all to see what other elements we can add. You can resize and move these elements around to your preference. You can also add a frame. And here you can find a photo and drag it over the frame and it automatically slots into it. You have various different frames that you can use, like retro, letter, numbers. We're gonna go ahead and delete that. Now once you're satisfied, we can start by clicking the text button. Here you can click the button to add a text box and you can type in here what you want. They also give you the default text styles and font combinations to start with. So we're going to click on the add a heading button and go ahead and type the topic of the day, nouns. Now if you look at the top, you'll see a bar of options that allow you to change the font, text size, change the text color, making the text bold, italics, and you can also change the alignment and add bullet points. You can also drag the right side of the text box to resize it to your text preference, and then it will wrap the rest of the text to the second line. So we're going to click on the Canva Sans button and change this text to Montserrat. Then we'll click the letter with the bar of color under it to change the text color. You can change the color of the whole text to one color, and you can select each individual letter and change the color to make it more colorful. If you want it bigger, you can click and drag the circle at the corner to your preferred size. Then we're going to click on the add a subheading text box. We'll also change this font to Montserrat and start typing all the topics we're going to be covering for the presentation. You can color customize each text as well for this section. Then we'll add a little body of text box to write lesson 1 for the first lesson of the school year. Now we're going to zoom out, and there are two ways to add a page: with the icon at the top right corner or clicking the add page button at the bottom, and this gives you a new page with the same background color. You can also duplicate your page if you want to reuse the elements but change up some parts of the presentation. So we'll start by deleting these texts and the little girl element and moving around the other elements. Then we're going to go ahead and add a heading and subheading text box. We'll change the font of objectives to be, let's say, blueberry. And we're going to start by duplicating the text by clicking on the 3 buttons above the text and numbers to have 4 objectives for this lesson plan. Once we have that done, we can start adding our text and resizing the text box with the rectangle on the right side of the text box. And we'll do this for all of the texts. And just like that, you have created the first 2 pages of your presentation. And that was your introduction to Canva, which means you successfully navigated the home page and now know how to use the editor. Next, how to make a step-by-step presentation in Canva. See you in the next one.